Chronic self-doubt is the quiet voice that makes you question yourself, even when there is evidence that you are capable, worthy, and prepared. It does not always sound like obvious insecurity. Sometimes it appears as endless preparation, constant comparison, hesitation, or the need to hear someone else say that you are doing the right thing. A person living with chronic self-doubt may have the ability to succeed but still hesitate to begin because they are terrified of making the wrong decision. They replay conversations after they end, wondering whether they sounded foolish, offended someone, or said something they should have kept silent. Compliments rarely settle the mind because praise feels temporary, while criticism can remain unforgettable for years. Even after accomplishing something meaningful, they may immediately question whether it was luck, timing, or someone else's help, rather than their own ability. They compare their progress with people who appear more successful, forgetting that they are seeing only fragments of someone else's life. Over time, this constant comparison slowly erodes confidence and creates a painful cycle. Doubt leads to hesitation. Hesitation leads to missed opportunities, and missed opportunities become another reason to doubt yourself. Relationships can also be affected because chronic self-doubt makes reassurance feel necessary but never quite sufficient. You may constantly ask whether someone still cares, whether you are doing enough, or whether they secretly regret choosing you. The greatest tragedy is that self-doubt can become self-fulfilling. When you repeatedly tell yourself that you are incapable, you begin acting as though failure is inevitable, even when you possess everything necessary to succeed. Recognizing these signs is not about eliminating every moment of uncertainty, because questioning yourself can sometimes protect you from impulsive decisions and help you learn. The problem begins when doubt becomes louder than evidence. Healing starts when you learn to separate uncertainty from truth. Feeling incapable does not mean you are incapable. Feeling unworthy does not mean you are unworthy. Being afraid does not mean you are unprepared. Confidence is not the absence of doubt. It is the ability to continue despite it. The moment you begin keeping promises to yourself, acknowledging your accomplishments, accepting mistakes without turning them into identity statements, and making decisions based on your values rather than your fears, self-trust begins to grow. Eventually, you realize that you do not need absolute certainty before moving forward. Sometimes you simply need enough courage to take the next step, and enough faith in yourself to discover what happens after you do.